Good morning, everybody. We have the Temple Guard now in game, which of course means that we have bundles to discuss and figure out and decide which are the best for the people who are planning on whaling or soft whaling or going to 5 stars or whatever your plan is with purchasing. If you're free to play or just ignoring this one, then I guess you could watch the video. I don't know what you're going to get out of it, but well, instead of rambling, let's get to it, shall we? All right, so we have Temple Guard in the game, and we're not going to go through his kit because that's not the point of these videos that I do. But he looks kind of cool. He's essentially generic Grand Inquisitor. I personally, I know some people were a little upset about that. I believe that it was most likely a Disney decision not to give us a light side Grand Inquisitor, but I can't prove that, so we're not going to talk about it. Really, what our goal here today is to decide what is the better value between the Temple Guard Ascension pack and whether or not you're going to get the Temple Guard bundle, keeping in mind that there is a second bundle afterwards. The idea of the second bundle was in the data mine, but what was available in the bundle was not. I do have that second bundle valued, and we will talk about it. I just can't show an in-game screenshot of it because I'm not spending 29 or 28.49 right now just for the sake of a set of era battles, whereas we didn't see these with the clones until CX2, who is the second clone. This is also the first Ascension bundle where we get a free shard out of it, which does increase your odds of just needing a 5-pack in order to end the event in a way where you'll be 5 stars for the era battles. It is quite nice. And then there was the Dark Clones Ascension pack that came out with Scorch. That pretty much took out a lot of these extra materials in favor of other clone shards, but gave the same amount of Scorch shards as we are getting Temple Guard shards. So very similar when we talk about the valuation. But with that said, in game, let's just pull up our friend Google Sheet here. Pop this in. We're going to head on over. Did I put it here? Yes, I did. The Temple Guard Ascension. Now, I have 2 spots here, right? This first area is for the Temple Guard Ascension pack itself. This second spot over here is for the Temple Guard bundle. We'll talk about them one at a time and what my opinion is on either bundle. At first glance, when we look at this, it looks like pretty good value. You know, it's not as exciting as the CX2 bundle, which I think gave 85 shards, but it also was like $85. We see pretty significant increases in value right from the start. 63% increase in value just from tier 2. There's no free tier after tier 2, which I did find interesting. Going all the way up, 88% increased value at tiers 3 and 4, 129% increased value at tier 5 and 6, and almost a 200% increase in value from tiers 7 and 9. I do want to take a brief respite here to just kind of remind people my shard value here of 139 to some of you with a trained eye may appear to be incorrect. So I just want to bring us over to this raw data conversion. And while I do have new marquees valued at 167 shard crystals per shard, I value the brand new marquee a little bit lower at 139, and that is to represent the discount you get if you were to do this with only crystals and buy the $12.99 pack or the $5.99 pack. Typically you need 1 12-pack, 1 5-pack, and 1 to 2 of the 1 packs in order to fully complete a a marquee to where you will finish the event at 7 stars. And those provide a discount but don't give you any extras. So that's what that number there represents. For somebody like me, 13.1 million GP, a lot of the excess here, it's not important to me. So shock prods, I don't need. Neurosav electro binoculars, I don't need. They're useless to me. Injector head salvage, I've literally never farmed from the very beginning. I know some people have trouble with them if you did not jump on assault battles as quickly as I did. Again, shock prods, battle computers, not really of any use. HoloLenses aren't useless because those you can convert in the scavenger, but from a gearing standpoint, I don't really find that they are a limiting factor anymore. So when we talk about an Ascension like this, there is a lot of value that is being lost on a player like me. Looking at tiers 7 through 9, we see a converted value cost of $174. If I were to take out the shock prods, let's take out the shock prods, the salves, the battle computers, the injector head salvage, and the Armatech HoloLens. Actually, let's keep the HoloLenses in there. We see a different picture of what that value looks like to somebody in my position that does not feel at all limited by any of those things. Arguably, battle computers and shock prods, sure, they can sit in my reserve because they do get used, but I build them up much, much, much faster than I use them. On the other side, we have the Temple Guard 1 or 2 and 3 bundles here. These are money packs. They're a little bit more straightforward. With the Temple Guard 2 and 3 packs, I'm not valuing the minutia of white and blue gear and the things that typically have zero value to me and to a larger majority of the community. So just looking at this as it is, we get 5 Omicrons and 30 shards for $30. You get a value increase of about 32%. And if we buy the $75 pack on top of that, that's going to give us a significant boost to our Temple Guard shards, some nice Omicrons, Zetas, and then again, we get some full battle computers and shock prods. We're looking at about 118% increase in value. But once again, if I were to take out the battle computer and the shock prods, I'm actually seeing a lower valuation than I would be with the Ascension pack. Now, what does that mean? Which one should you get, right? Because arguably, if you're buying the bundle 2 and 3, that's 130 of, well, I guess 131 technically because of this free shard over here. But 131 out of the 145 purchased shards you need to hit 7 stars by the end of a marquee. Presumably, if you are buying that, you've probably bought the episode pass as well, which will hit you over the hump and get you exactly what you need by the end of the event. That is relatively nice. Just keep in mind, if you do it that way and you did buy the episode pass, you're actually losing out on 6 shards here that will end up getting converted by the end, right? Because those end up getting wasted. You need 145. You will have 151 total shards purchased, which does arguably bring this down just a little bit in value if you kind of think of things as raw value. I can definitely see players really, really wanting these Omicrons. I have personally found that since the episode pass has come out, there has been a significant downtrend in my desire or need for Omicrons. I still value them at 481 crystals per right now. I am waiting for some more bundles to come out that may allow us to lower that value because we do want to be technical with our values, even if it's something that maybe isn't as limiting as it used to be. Obviously, people are going to be looking at the Zetas as well, but the Ascension bundle does have 16 of them, so it's not like you're not getting anything out of that at all. You are only missing it on 4 of them. So, which should you get? My personal belief is that if you are in the extreme end game, if you're somebody like me, if you are 13 to 14 million and you have everything and you're only looking at things at the very, very end game, these bundles right here are probably the way that you're going to want to go, just because the Omicrons, again, while slightly undervalued there, I know people are trying to get all of them to help them in GAC, and so they can start applying the more quality of life ones like Padawan Obi-Wan and the TB ones. Because the Ascension bundle only gives you 60 shards, this is a great option if you are only looking to go the 5-star route. You're only looking to bring the characters up just enough to make use of the first 2 tiers of era battles. There are a lot of things that I think if I had the money, I personally would prefer to purchase this and then use crystals in order to finish the character, just because signal data is such a crazy bottleneck for myself and for players at my level, that I value this basically above anything else in terms of my need. So when I look at those raw shards, I am happy with doing things this way. When we're looking at about an estimate of just the shard cost itself, when you're doing the Ascension pack, you're paying about $1 a shard. If you go the 12-pack route, you're paying, I think it's about 80 cents per shard. When you go the bundle route, overall, you're paying about 80 cents per shard as well, on top of the extras, and with the Ascension bundles, the extras. So, I mean, if I were to make a conclusion here, I don't think there is a wrong way to go between these 2 packs. Again, with the bundle, this is going to be everything that you need to get these characters to 7 shards. This you're going to want to add to with crystal spending on top of it to get the extra, 60, 80 shards that you'll need. I don't think there's a wrong way. I think it depends on what you are limited by. For me, that is mostly signal data. The Zetas are nice. I'm going to go this route. For many people, they may choose to go this route. This is a nice option for people who maybe have $60 to spend, right? But they don't have $105 to spend. So you can spend that $65 and make up the rest with your free crystals that you've kind of built up over the month. Again, I will say for the 10th time today, I don't think there's a wrong way. I do believe, however, that if you are not expecting to get Jedi Master Mace Windu on his first run, that it's unlikely that you're going to want to invest in either of these things. Clearly, this Jedi Guard, and then the next marquee we have after that are designed to work with Jocasta Nu and Jedi Master Mace Windu. They will have a home otherwise, but you're kind of putting yourself in a pickle of having a B team without Jedi Master Mace Windu. So I would say that at this point in the era, if you don't have that as part of your plan, if you haven't finished the clones, if you're not willing to invest in the clones yet, packs like these are ones that maybe aren't worth your time. And it's better to just get the 5-pack and build them up and try to get Jedi Master Mace Windu towards the end. With that said, hopefully you find this helpful, and peace out.